How's it going, guys? This is Bonkerplow back for another video, for another Love Ribbon playthrough. Last time we left off, we had a little bit of a pretty spicy night, getting drunk, and Zoey did some pretty risky stuff, but now I believe we cut to the morning now, so we'll get to see what happens afterwards. So let's just go right back in. The morning after drinking with Zoey, I find myself regretting my decision to go with the flow. My head hurts, the world is bright and loud, and all I want to do is go back to bed. Unfortunately, the rest of the world won't wait for me, so I have no choice but to go to class. Alright, we'll end here for today. Take note of the page you're currently on. I don't want to waste 10 minutes tomorrow while you all try to find your place again. Yes! Our teacher leaves the classroom as our first break of the day begins. At the same time, the classroom is suddenly filled with chatter, and I can feel my head splitting in two. Hey, did you hear about Katie's boyfriend? You mean the college guy? Yeah, that's the one. I heard that he proposed to her over the weekend. Can you believe it? If I heard that from a more trustworthy source, I might. Boo, don't be like that. So, what do you think? Will she accept? I wouldn't. My skin crawls just looking at him. Aha, that's so mean. Not that you could land an older guy anyway, ha ha ha. Ah, my head. I wrap both my arms around my face and rest them on the desk, trying to block out the vapid shrieking right next to me. Shows what you know. A young girlfriend is like a trophy to older guys. Not to mention the fact that high school age escorts are at an all-time high. Eh? No way. Girls our age prostituting themselves? That's seriously gross. It can't feel good to kiss some dirty old geezer. I squeeze my ears harder as the conversation beside me seeps in. With all that talk about boyfriends and prostitution, I begin to feel uneasy. Well, obviously, they only do it for the money. Yeah, but even so, as if there could be girls here in the school doing that. It's not uncommon, you just need to know what to look for. Like if a girl has a poor attendance, a nice wardrobe, or piercings, stuff like that. Oh, no. I don't know. It can't be that easy to spot. Though now that you mention it, you don't think... Let's ask her. Oh, no. Hey, Zoey. Yeah? I instinctively look up as I hear a familiar voice despite myself. My heart begins to quicken a little as I see her. Standing next to the two noisy girls is Zoey, who doesn't look at all out of place in a classroom full of her seniors. We were just talking about schoolgirl prostitution. What do you think? What do you think? How much would it take for you to sleep with a sleazy guy twice your age? Zoey shudders. I'd rather kill myself. Ahaha, that's what I thought. A girl like you could get a hot guy if she wants. Why settle for some old geezer? True, maybe it's only ugly girls who resort to that? Ugly and poor, what a combo. What a bunch of females. There we go. Alright, Zoey, there's something I've been meaning to ask. Zoey, do you have a boyfriend? This guy I know keeps bugging me to ask you, and I don't know what to tell him. I unconsciously lean closer as we all wait for Zoey's reply. I'm fairly certain I know the answer, but considering how secretive she can be, I can never be sure. I don't. Seriously? That's lucky. Can I give him your number? Or maybe tell him I killed my last boyfriend with an ice pick. You did? You're kidding, aren't you? What do you think? Speaking in a tone as serious as her expression, Zoey shows no sign of cracking a smile or laughing. Instead, she sits down next to me, not saying a word. Honestly, I would not doubt if that were true, but obviously that's not. Neither of the boisterous girls make a sound. They both stare at Zoey, eyes wide open and mouths agape, believing without a doubt that Zoey killed her ex. But while she jokes off murder unsettled the two, that's not what settles in on my mind. Is it possible that Zoey did have a boyfriend? Someone she was forced to leave behind overseas? Not that I should care. I mean, Zoey is pretty, so she probably has had them. Suddenly, it feels like I'm suffocating. I loosen the tie around my neck, not daring to look at Zoey. Zoey doesn't pay me any mind, quietly preparing for class. Zoey. I unconsciously trace my fingertips on my bottom lip. If we had gone any further last night, we might have... Zoey, noticing my staring, Zoey shoots me a quick glance. I immediately look down into my lap, not in any way ready to make her gaze head on. But I'm saved by the teacher, who files in and instructs us to open our textbooks. Oh, it's getting awkward. Oh, that's loud. done. Wow, that was loud. Jeez, okay. That's gonna get awkward between us, isn't it? Oof. I would say just go for it, Iris. You never know. I glance up at Zoey, who is sitting across from me at the table. Her arm is propping her head up, while her homework is sitting in front of her. It does seem like she completed most of the work. Despite my numerous offers, Zoey never did ask for any help on the questions. And what's more, she doesn't seem compelled to go out late tonight at all. Yawn. Tired? Not especially. She leans back in the chair and throws her arms up, interlocking her fingers and stretching, then releases it with an unceremonious slump. There's nothing to do around here. Ah, it's so boring. At my crestfallen look, Zoey quickly backtracks. We could watch a movie or something. Did you want to watch one? There's a movie I've been wanting to see on my pay-per-view, I guess. That sounds great. What movie did you have in mind? Hopefully it isn't anything scary. You don't like scary movies? I guess I tried to keep myself away from scary things, considering I was alone a lot. It's a horror movie. Ah, my shoulders dip. At the same time, I didn't want to show Zoey that I was scared of some fake blood on the TV screen. Okay, let's watch it. Are you sure? Yeah, it'll be something new. With the chipper facade, I offer to make her popcorn. Zoey refuses it with a slow shake of her head. While she selects the movie for pay-per-view, I pull out the strangely oily popcorn bag from a box and pop it in the microwave. While she selects the movie from pay-per-view, I pull out the strangely oily popcorn bag from a box and pop it on the microwave. When I return, Zoey is sprawled out with one arm across the back of the two-seater. If I sit on the couch, it'll be right next to Zoey. Feeling brave, I set the popcorn down on the table, then plop down on the couch into her own. Trying to hog the couch, you didn't think I was going to let you sit over here by yourself, did you? She looks me right in the eye as I say that. My heart flutters. Just kidding, I can't sit over. Her arm drops down off the couch to my shoulder, rubbing it reassuringly. This movie is supposed to be pretty scary, or so I've heard. Best we sit close for more support. With that, the movie begins playing. It opens on a dark, wet bayou. The camera takes us into the back of a crusty, decrepit boathouse, where the sound of flies overwhelm the audio. The title text flashes to dramatic music. Reaper's Cove. Okay, guys, one sec, I'll be back. Okay, I'm sorry, guys, I'm back. The title text flashes to dramatic music. Reaper's Cove. I laugh at the corny title screen, looking over at Zoey for her reaction. She's paying close attention to the movie, though I nibble at my popcorn. As we watch the movie, I begin to feel more and more tense. Zoey turned the lights down earlier, which only helped the movie scenes become more terrifying. It's not long before the movie has me screaming involuntarily and hiding my face. Zoey laughs at my reactions the first few times, but soon grows concerned. Iris, are you okay? I can turn it off. No, I'm cool. I lie, but she sounds like she feels bad, and I can't have that. My answer seems to satisfy her, though. We settle back down to watch the movie. Then another horrific scene occurs, and I find myself screaming yet again. Zoey gets up and turns the movie off, then walks over to a lamp to switch it on. I'm sorry, I'm so lame. It's just, I'm always alone, so I don't like to scare myself. Things scare me. Trailing off, I look down at my hands. Could this get any more embarrassing? It isn't a big deal. The movie was kind of dumb, and watching you get worked up was the best part anyways. She looks at me with a cheeky smile. It's not a smirk, but something more mischievous. It was mean of me. I wanted to watch you get scared. That's so mean. I don't know how I'm going to fall asleep tonight. You can sleep in my room, I guess. Wait, I what? I look at Zoey for any signs of a joke, but she just stares at the blank TV nonchalantly. Okay, sure. Zoey nods and excuses herself to change into her pajamas, heading down the hall. I sit quietly on the couch. I'm going to sleep sleep in Zoe's bed? Is it normal to feel such a rush thinking about this? I've never slept in someone else's bed before, even though this technically is my apartment. While excitement is coursing through me, the creeping darkness of the empty living room is starting to send a chill down my spine. Stupid horror movie. I hurry to begin preparations for sleep. When I'm changed into my t-shirt and shorts, I knock on Zoe's bedroom door, which is slightly ajar. You don't have to knock, you know. Come on in. I peer into her dark room. Looks like Zoe's already gotten in bed. Here. Zoe pats next to her on the bed, lifting up the sheet. Alright, calm down, Iris. It's just her bed. Not a big deal. I approach, crawling into the bed. Oh my god. Oh. Being this close to Zoe in the place that she sleeps. Her smell overwhelms me. It's warm and sort of earthy, but also pleasantly sweet. Maybe from her shampoo? I want to bury my face into her pillow and inhale. Ack, I was probably making a pretty weird expression just now. I'm half thankful, it's so dark. I'm sorry. Eh? I said I'm sorry. It's fine, the movie wasn't that scary. It was, but I'm not going to admit that. No, for being so mean when I first met you. Oh, well, you weren't mean. I was. It was wrong to act that way. The truth is, I wanted to hate you. So, I was thinking that I might admit I was wrong. Eh? You? Admit you were wrong? Despite my attempt at an over-the-top reaction to lift the mood, Zoe continues unabated. Yes, I believe I may have misjudged you. I came here resenting you, father, mother, and everyone else. I didn't want to attend this stuffy school or live with you. All of it was just another reminder that my life is always being decided for me by other people. I hated it. You who had this totally normal, well-adjusted life. I didn't want to get along with someone who had everything. But I was wrong to include you in that. None of the circumstances in my life are your fault, and you're just as much of a victim of our parents' whims as I am. That's why I apologize. Honestly, I just wanted to push all my anger onto someone. That's a surprisingly mature thing to admit. At my old school, if you get angry, they sit you down in detention for dissent after class until you're ready to explain why you're angry in detail. Then can keep you in there for they can keep you in there for days, so it's better to just come out and say it. Is that legal? Or healthy? What the hell? It gives me a lot of time to think about my emotions, but mostly, I just learned how to hide them better. Well, I shouldn't have jumped to conclusions about you so quickly. After all, you left your entire life behind to come here. Not really. You didn't leave anyone behind? Zoe shrugs as she so often does. So, did you have anyone? Back at your old school? Zoe stares at me blankly. Oh. We were talking about it today, so I want to ask. Yeah, I'm gonna ask it. A boyfriend? Her eyebrows quirk. For a second, I'm worried she's going to tease me, but she shrugs. Nope. All girls school anyway. I never had much interest in that stuff. What about you? You must have had loads of friends as a kid. No, I hardly had any friends growing up. With my father moving all the time, I often transferred to schools later in the year. As a kid, it's not so easy to make lasting friendships when you know you're just going to leave soon. I remember I used to watch the family across the street from us this one year. They had this great big window, and every night they'd eat together. I used to imagine them inviting me over to sit with them, and then I'd go over to my window and watch them eat and imagine sitting with them every night. You didn't have anyone around? Well, my father was always busy with his job, and still is. The housekeeper only came over at certain times, and the chef. My father insisted I only eat really well-balanced meals, so I'd get these pre-made things, all prepared by the chef, wrapped in tinfoil containers. Just broccoli, gluten-free pasta, and this awful Brussels sprouts dish I hated. I see now why father wanted me to eat well, but as a kid, it was just the worst. I trail off as Zoe listens quietly. Sorry, I must sound so spoiled. I'm complaining about the food a chef made. Of all things, you must have had it way worse at your school. I've heard places like that are really strict. Sugary stuff was always considered contraband, but it was easy to get. You could trade a Snickers bar for stuff like eyeshadow. I used to volunteer in the kitchen because I was so bored all the time. Honestly, it was like a prison. You're not allowed to leave campus except on certain days. Everyone eats the same amount of food. It was a boarding school? Girls' school. It's where rich parents send their kids when they don't want to deal with them anymore. Most girls had problems with drugs or something. Me? Mom just didn't want to deal with my attitude whenever she brought men home. Wow. Iris, did Father ever mention her? He did. Well, only when I asked. He said he hasn't been in contact with her for some time. But he never once mentioned I had a sister. I don't think he knew. My mother refused talk about our father. Any time I brought him up, she'd change the subject. I hated her so much for it. It cost me so much money to get away from my mother and that stupid school. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. I didn't even know about you until I was able to come here and meet our father. My stupid mother. Why the hell didn't she say a word about you all my life? Father says he didn't know I even existed until I called him. I listened intently as Zoey vents her frustrations. I had no idea about any of this. He sent me here to attend school and live with you, but I'm not after a free ride. As soon as I get enough money to pay him back, I'm out of here. What? You can't leave. We just became friends. I don't want to be a burden on anyone. You're not. Zoey, What? What was I just going to say to her? Oh, I love living with you. Please don't leave so soon. We can still be friends even if I leave, Iris. Plus, it's not like we can really be together forever anyways. Be together forever? You know, like if we were dating or something. Wait, what the hell am I saying? I just mean like we're sisters, so we'd have to grow apart eventually. Why is she saying all these mean things? Iris? Well, we're friends now, so that's what matters. Yeah. I slide my hand over the sheets, resting it on top of Zoey's own. It feels sort and cool to the touch. I'm happy to have such a nice sister living with me. Zoey shifts uncomfortably. I realize I've touched her hand without permission. I hastily remove it. No, it's not that. My eyes widen as Zoey moves her hand back into position. That's the thing. Are we really sisters? What do you mean? I haven't been able to figure it out. I mean, why our parents never told us. Mom always told me you were Dad's daughter from another marriage. And then when I finally called Dad, he said otherwise. All my life, Mom never said a word about you. I mean, not that I'd treat you differently, but wouldn't you want to know? I processed Zoey's question. If we aren't related, and our parents are divorced, maybe don't give me any of this not blood-related stuff. Wait, is that legal? I should search for that on the internet. I must be sick in the head thinking this way. Zoey probably isn't even into that. You're staring. Sorry. It would be fun to be together like this more often. Like this? Just, you know, enjoying each other's company. I don't know what I mean. Never mind. I know what you mean. I want to spend lots more time together too. Don't try to get out of it. Got it? Got that? I'm really happy me and Zoey could become closer today. Though, I can't help but worry about this feeling in my chest. Every time I'm around Zoey, I feel nervous and excited all at the same time. Like my heart could just burst at any moment. Maybe this is just what having a sister is like. Oh, so adorable. An unfamiliar ceiling greets me as I stir in my sheets. Light streams through the window, hitting my face at an uncomfortable angle. Time for school. Oh no! What time is it? I scrambled to check my phone. 7:15 a.m. We forgot to set an alarm last night. We're gonna be late. We've gotta hurry if we're going to make it in time. How can it be so loud this early? Hastily, I extract myself from Zoey's bed. I hear her sigh and look over just in time to see her hide herself under the covers. Oh, no you don't. No more tardiness. Got it? Alright. Yeesh. Zoey dutifully files out of bed. She rubs the sleep from her eyes and then groans into her hands. I turn, stifling laughter. I really shouldn't be happy seeing Zoey miserable, but it's great that she's willing to be on time to school now. Okay, I'm going to get dressed. Examining my lackluster appearance in the mirror once more, my shoulders dip in defeat. This is what I get for not setting the alarm. I've got to go to school with my hair in this sorry bed-headed state, but it's not like I have a choice. I hope Zoey is getting ready. Speaking of which, I spot Zoey's crumpled uniform on the floor behind me, where she discarded it during the movie last night. I grab it up off the floor. It really is no good how wrinkled it's gotten, but there's no time to iron. But Zoey can't go to school like this. She'll look like a scarecrow. Even a little bit of ironing will improve the sorry state it's in. I begin to make my way to the laundry room. Now, where did I... Oh... You did not knock? Oh, Jesus. Yes? Oh, Zoey's... My eyes instinctively go to her chest. Of course you do. I'm sorry. I mumble, still staring at her breasts. I mean, I'd seen other girls' bodies before, like girls in gym class and obviously my own. But seeing Zoey's, and so up close, it's exhilarating and terrifying at the same time. My eyes roam lower to her belly, and then my entire body tightens in desire the second I catch a glimpse of the smooth skin down there. Oh, her hips. They're not narrow and bony like mine. They actually curve out in a pleasing manner, then plunge down to become her thighs. And between them, oh, this is wow. This is getting. Jeez, my breath hitches. Here's my sister, my little sister, standing in front of me, almost naked. Heat rises throughout my entire body. What's wrong? Nothing. My sister easily rattles me out of the indecent thoughts with a perturbed look. Does my body look weird or something? No, it looks nice. It does? For the millionth time this week, I'm at a loss for words. What should I say? I was basically just checking out my sister. I've got to say something and dispel the general weirdness here. Oh my god. Oh god, don't make me make this choice. Okay. You look great in some cute clothes. I was just thinking about how nice your body is. You know, I'm the type of person that's upfront with what my feelings are and what I want to say. So I think the main thing to say here would be, you look great in some cute... Nope, I'm just kidding. I was just thinking about how nice your body is. You know, you're so tall, like a model, and you have a really nice body. I'm more bones than anything. What? You know, you're more sexy. Oh boy, okay. ... Did I just say that? What the heck? Am I going insane? Sexy? I mean... What the hell? Why did I say that? Have I lost my mind? No, you must be true to your feelings! I meant, clothes. You know, show off that model like physique in some cute clothes. Oh. Not that I think you don't look cute. I mean, you know, you could show off your body more in some less baggy clothes. Oh god, why can't I stop talking? Well, I just try to wear whatever is comfy. I don't usually think about stuff like that. Yeah, that's a good approach. I probably sound like the biggest idiot right now. I can't look her in the eyes. What do you find sexy? What do I find sexy? Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know. I didn't mean to say that. It was just a joke. Don't just say it was a joke! Oh my god. My voice is so high it sounds like a squeaky dog toy. Zoey pouts briefly, then shrugs. Okay. I have got to get a handle on this word vomit. I've always had a bit of trouble expressing myself, but when I'm around Zoey, it gets so much worse. I don't think I'm sexy. I don't think you're bony either. I think you're pretty. Zoey mumbles, then looks away, bending over to grab her shirt out of the dryer. The brief sight is enough to leave me lightheaded. She starts putting the wrinkled garment on. I can't even think about scolding her for the state her uniform is in. All I can do is stare at her beautiful smooth stomach as it slowly encloses beneath the white shirt. And then the final button on the shirt breaks the spell. Now robbed of that radiant sight, I blink several times, reminding myself of what I'm doing. I'm staring at my half-naked little sister while she puts on her clothes. I'm sorry. I barely managed to gasp that out, almost crashing into the door as I spin to leave. I'm sorry, I hear myself repeating as I hurry out and close the door behind me. Iris! Yes? Nervously, I turn back to Zoey, who peers out of the door. Three of the top buttons of her shirt are undone. I give every mental effort not to look below her neck. My sweater. What? You're holding my sweater. My eyes dart down to my hands, and the reason I went into the laundry room. Here you go. Zoey reaches for my outstretched hand, her slim fingers briefly meeting with mine as she takes some fabric from me. I avert my eyes to the far wall until I hear the door shutting behind me. At that, I take a long, shaky breath and bolt back to the living room. What the hell was that? What is wrong with me? You gotta get over that nervousness. My heart stopped pounding since I left the laundry room. What was I even thinking? I just stared at her like that. Are you ready to go? What? To school. I'm dressed now. Oh, right. Yeah. With that robotic response, we begin a quiet trek to school. And that is where I'll end the episode. Wow, it's just awkwardness after awkwardness, but we're getting closer. We're getting closer to her, which is nice. And learning more about their past, which is terrible. I mean, not the actual story, but you know, their past is pretty messed up. So I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's starting to get really good now. So I'll see you guys in the next episode then. See ya!